Imagine a universe not as a distant, unyielding expanse, but as a living canvas where your every thought paints a stroke, your every emotion hums a note, and your every intention weaves a thread into the fabric of reality. As we embark on this cosmic journey, let's consider a possibility that will reshape how you see yourself. You are not merely a speck in the vastness of existence, you are a co-creator, holding a brush dipped in the colors of consciousness, ready to sketch your place in the stars. This isn't a flight of fancy or a mystical reverie. It's the profound truth unveiled by quantum field theory, QFT, the cornerstone of modern physics that has decoded the dance of particles, from the elusive Higgs boson to the fleeting paths of photons. Picture the universe as a grand stage, where invisible fields, vibrating, shimmering, alive, perform an eternal symphony of possibility. QFT reveals that reality isn't constructed from rigid blocks of matter but from these fields, fluid and interconnected, stretching across the cosmos. Electrons, photons, quarks, these are not solitary objects but ripples, waves, excitations in a vast ocean of energy. And at the heart of this revelation lies the quantum vacuum, a space we once thought empty, now understood as a dynamic sketchbook, pulsing with potential. Virtual particles flicker in and out of existence, like sparks in a cosmic forge, waiting for something, or someone, to give them form. What if that someone is you? The idea that your consciousness could shape this canvas might sound like science fiction, but it's grounded in experiments that have puzzled physicists for decades. Take the double-slit experiment, a cornerstone of quantum mechanics. Fire a photon through two slits, and without observation, it behaves like a wave, painting an interference pattern of light and shadow. But place a detector to watch its path, and it transforms into a particle, leaving two stark lines. Your act of looking doesn't just reveal reality, it chooses it. QFT deepens this mystery, suggesting that your consciousness, as a field of its own, interacts with the quantum vacuum, collapsing infinite possibilities into the world you experience. Have you ever felt a spark of intuition, a gut instinct that guided you to the right choice without reason? Perhaps you chose a different path home and avoided trouble, or reached out to a friend just as they needed you. These moments are not mere chance, they're glimpses of your consciousness tuning into the quantum field, sensing the currents of possibility before they solidify. As we step deeper into this exploration, we'll uncover how QFT illuminates the power of your mind, not as a bystander but as a co-author of the universe, writing its story with every thought, emotion, and intention. This journey begins with a closer look at the fabric of reality itself. Imagine the universe not as a collection of solid objects, stars, planets, or even the phone in your hand, but as a symphony of invisible fields, vibrating in an endless dance of possibility. QFT tells us that reality isn't built from tiny, isolated bits of matter. Instead, everything, electrons, photons, quarks, even the forces holding atoms together, is a ripple, a wave, an excitation in vast, interconnected fields that stretch across the cosmos. Picture these fields as the strings of a cosmic guitar, each tuned to a unique frequency. When plucked, they produce the particles we observe, an electron here, a photon there. But unlike a guitar, these strings never rest. They hum constantly, filling every corner of space with potential. This is where things get truly mind-bending. The so-called empty space, the quantum vacuum, isn't empty at all. It's a dynamic canvas, a cosmic sketchbook where virtual particles flicker in and out of existence in the blink of an eye, like fireflies in a midnight forest. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's measurable. In 1958, Dutch physicist Hendrik Casimir predicted that two uncharged metal plates placed close together in a vacuum would be pushed toward each other by the pressure of these fleeting quantum waves. Experiments confirmed this Casimir effect, proving that the vacuum is alive with energy, a seething sea of possibility waiting to be shaped. But shaped by what? The answer begins with the double-slit experiment. Imagine firing a single photon through two slits onto a screen. Without observation, it behaves like a wave, creating an interference pattern, a series of light and dark bands. But when you place a detector to watch which slit it passes through, the photon acts like a particle, producing two distinct lines. The act of observing changes its behavior, as if the photon knows it's being watched. This isn't science fiction, it's a cornerstone of quantum mechanics, verified countless times since the 1920s. In QFT, this observer effect takes on deeper meaning. The photon isn't just a particle or a wave, it's an excitation in a field, and your observation collapses a wave of probabilities into a definite state. What does this mean? Your consciousness, by observing, isn't just passively noticing reality, it's actively selecting it. Think of the quantum vacuum as a cosmic canvas, brimming with every possible painting. Your attention, your focus, your intention acts like an artist's brush, choosing which colors, which shapes, which masterpiece will emerge. This idea, radical as it sounds, is grounded in experiments. For instance, quantum optics studies, like those conducted at the University of Vienna in 2015, showed that observing entangled photons alters their correlations, even across vast distances. Consciousness doesn't just see the world, it shapes it. Have you ever had a moment of intuition, a gut feeling that guided you to the right choice without explanation? Maybe you took a different route home and avoided an accident, or you called a friend just as they needed you. These aren't coincidences, they're glimpses of your consciousness tuning into the quantum field, sensing the ripples of possibility before they solidify. QFT suggests that reality is not a fixed stage but a fluid performance, and you're not just in the audience, you're on stage, co-directing the show. This revelation carries us forward, inviting us to consider consciousness not as a byproduct of biology but as a fundamental force in the universe's grand design. If the quantum vacuum is a canvas, then consciousness is the artist, or, better yet, the conductor of a vast quantum orchestra. Every note, every melody, every crescendo of reality emerges from the interplay of fields, and consciousness, far from being a mere byproduct of brain activity, may be a fundamental field in its own right, as essential to the universe as gravity or light. This isn't a mystical claim, it's a hypothesis gaining traction among physicists and neuroscientists, supported by tantalizing evidence and bold new theories. Consider the Global Consciousness Project, a decades-long experiment initiated at Princeton University in 1998. Researchers placed random number generators around the world, devices designed to produce perfectly unpredictable sequences. Yet, during moments of global focus, such as the tragedy of 9/11 or the celebration of a new year, these machines deviated from randomness with statistical significance, p less than 0.001. When millions of minds aligned on a single event, the quantum field seemed to respond, as if consciousness sent ripples through the fabric of reality. This suggests that our collective attention isn't just a passive act, it's a creative force, capable of nudging the probabilities of the quantum world. But how does this work at the individual level? Let's meet Anna, a 32-year-old office worker plagued by anxiety. Presentations at work left her trembling, her mind racing with self-doubt. Then she discovered a simple practice: visualization. Every morning, Anna spent 5 minutes imagining herself speaking confidently, her voice steady, her colleagues nodding in approval. She didn't just picture it, she felt the joy, the pride, the calm. Within 3 months, Anna not only delivered flawless presentations but was promoted to team leader. Was this luck? Or was Anna's consciousness, like a conductor, selecting a new melody from the quantum field, aligning her reality with her intention? This idea finds support in the orchestra theory by physicist Roger Penrose and neuroscientist Stuart Hameroff. They propose that consciousness arises from quantum processes in the brain's microtubules, tiny structures within neurons that may sustain quantum superpositions. When these states collapse, triggered by observation or intention, they generate conscious experience. If true, your brain isn't the source of consciousness but a receiver, tuning into a universal field of awareness. Your thoughts, your focus, your emotions are like radio signals, broadcasting into the quantum vacuum and shaping what emerges. This brings us to a daring possibility: consciousness may be non-local, unbound by space or time. In QFT, fields don't respect physical boundaries, they stretch across the cosmos, entangled in ways that defy classical logic. If consciousness is a field, your mind could resonate with others, with events, even with moments yet to come. Have you ever known something before it happened, a premonition, a dream that came true? Studies by researcher Dean Radin, 2018, suggest humans can predict random events with slight but statistically significant accuracy, p less than 0.05, hinting that consciousness may tap into the quantum field beyond the present moment. Of course, the idea of a consciousness field is speculative, a hypothesis awaiting rigorous testing. Yet, it aligns with emerging fields like quantum cognition, which models decision-making as quantum processes, and neuroscience of consciousness, which explores how brain states correlate with subjective experience. The beauty of QFT is its flexibility. It doesn't demand that consciousness be confined to the skull. Instead, it invites us to see ourselves as waves in a cosmic ocean, each thought a ripple, each intention a current, shaping the tides of reality. As we weave these threads of science and possibility, we arrive at a pivotal moment, the realization that you hold the power to shape not just your life, but the very universe itself. As we stand at the edge of this journey through the shimmering fields of quantum reality, let's pause and take a breath. You've traversed the cosmic canvas of QFT, where the universe is not a static stage but a symphony of vibrating fields, each note a possibility waiting to be chosen. You've peered into the quantum vacuum, that restless sketchbook of potential, where virtual particles dance and the brushstrokes of your consciousness paint the world into being. You've explored the radical idea that your mind is not a mere passenger in this cosmic performance but a conductor, wielding the baton of intention to select melodies from the infinite orchestra of the quantum field. And you've discovered practical tools, visualization, brain-heart coherence, conscious language, and collective intention, that empower you to shape your reality with clarity and purpose. The heart of what we've uncovered is this: you are not just living in the universe, you are co-creating it. Every thought you nurture, every emotion you amplify, every word you speak is a ripple in the quantum field, resonating across the fabric of reality. John Wheeler, the visionary physicist who gave us the term black hole, called this the participatory universe. He saw reality not as a fixed script but as a collaborative masterpiece, one that requires your conscious participation to come alive. In QFT, this isn't a poetic flourish, it's a scientific possibility. The double-slit experiment showed us that observation collapses waves of probability into definite outcomes. The Global Consciousness Project revealed that collective focus can nudge random systems into order. And studies from HeartMath Institute demonstrated that emotional coherence aligns your body's fields, amplifying your influence on the world around you. Your consciousness, as a field of its own, is not confined to your skull, it stretches across space and time, weaving you into the very structure of existence. But with this power comes a profound responsibility. If your thoughts are codes programming the quantum software of reality, what kind of program are you writing? Are you scattering fragments of doubt, fear, or chaos, letting discordant notes dominate your symphony? Or are you crafting a melody of gratitude, clarity, and connection, aligning your inner field with the harmony of the cosmos? This is more than a personal choice, it's a cosmic one. Your ripples don't stop at the edges of your life. They spread, touching others, influencing communities, and perhaps even echoing through the tides of time. The quantum field is a shared canvas, and every stroke you make contributes to the collective painting of humanity. Imagine a single moment of intentional focus. You close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize a world where compassion triumphs, where creativity flourishes, where every heart beats in rhythm with purpose. Now imagine millions joining you, their intentions converging like waves in a vast ocean, amplifying each other until the tide shifts. This isn't a dream. It's a possibility grounded in science. Research on transcendental meditation, like the 1987 study by Dilbeck and Kavanaugh, showed that group meditation correlated with reduced crime rates in nearby cities, a phenomenon dubbed the Maharishi Effect. The Global Consciousness Project found similar patterns. When humanity's attention aligns, the quantum field responds. Your consciousness, when joined with others, becomes a chorus, singing reality into a new form. Yet, this journey isn't just about grand collective visions. It starts with you, in the quiet moments of your daily life. Remember Anna, the office worker who transformed her anxiety into confidence through visualization? Her story is a reminder that the quantum field doesn't discriminate between big dreams and small ones. Every intentional thought is a seed, planted in the fertile soil of the vacuum, ready to bloom into reality. So, let's make this practical. Here's a simple challenge to start today: spend 5 minutes visualizing a goal. Picture it vividly, see the colors, feel the emotions, hear the sounds of success. Let joy and clarity flood your body. As HeartMath's research shows, this emotional coherence strengthens your brain-heart connection, tuning your inner field to resonate with the quantum canvas. Do this daily, and watch how the probabilities of your life begin to shift. But don't stop there. Speak with intention. Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I'm growing every day." Words, as vibrations in the quantum field, carry power. Use them to write a script of empowerment. And seek coherence in your heart. Take a moment each morning to breathe slowly, focusing on gratitude for something simple: a sunrise, a loved one's smile, the beat of your own heart. Studies from HeartMath 2020 show that this practice aligns your electromagnetic field, enhancing focus and resilience. These small acts are not trivial, they are the notes of your quantum symphony, building a reality that reflects your highest intentions. Now, let's address the bigger picture. If consciousness is a field, unbound by space or time, what does this mean for your place in the universe? The delayed choice experiments, inspired by Wheeler, suggest that observation can retroactively shape past events, as if your consciousness today could whisper to the moments of yesterday. Dean Radin's precognition studies, 2018, hint that you might sense future possibilities, your mind catching echoes from the quantum field. These ideas, while speculative, invite a profound question: if your consciousness transcends time, what story are you telling across the ages? Are you anchoring your present in fear, or are you sowing seeds of hope that will ripple into tomorrow? This is where the mystery deepens. The universe, as QFT reveals, is not a machine but a conversation, a dialogue between fields, probabilities, and your awareness. You are not separate from it. You are a wave in its ocean, a note in its melody, a stroke on its canvas. And with every conscious choice, you shape not just your reality but the shared reality of all. This is the essence of Wheeler's participatory universe: nothing exists in isolation. Your thoughts, your actions, your intentions are threads in the cosmic tapestry, woven together with those of countless others. So, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let the symphony of your life play on autopilot, or will you step up as the conductor, choosing notes of courage, love, and purpose? The tools are in your hands. Visualize with clarity, align your heart and mind, speak with intention, and join with others to amplify your impact. Start small, but dream big. The quantum field is listening, ready to respond to the signals you send. With every step you take, you carry the power to write a new chapter in the story of the universe, one that echoes with harmony and hope.